23 years, going on 23 years.
And what got you involved in being a bus driver?
Well, I had 3 small girls and no money for a babysitter, and because you can take them with you, I could take them with me everywhere, and I didn't have to rely on a babysitter.
And I hear that a lot, that's one of the things, it's a nice perk that you get to do.
Yeah, they work with you to try to drive out of your kids' schools as well. So that's a perk. Yeah, definitely.
Have you seen kids grow up on your bus?
I have. I've had 2 that were in Head Start at 4 years old when we carried them on mainstream buses and carried them through elementary. And then when my route changed and they moved, they would pop back up middle school. And then I had one show back up in high school in another neighborhood.
When you get into this job, you know, you learn and you deal with the kids and the students and the teachers and all and the parents, and you get to the point where you have a passion to want to drive the bus, to be, you know, to get the kids to and from school safely and all. And it is a passion for majority, I'd say probably, if not 95 to 99% of the drivers. It's a passion to do that.
Well, you get to know the kids so well.
A lot of times you do the same run, so sometimes you take some of these kids, like elementary, you'll take them from time they start elementary and kindergarten until they go into middle school. And some drivers will do the same run and keep these kids on into middle school or into the high school and everything. So you see these kids grow over the years,
yeah.
And you know, and sometimes a lot of drivers get very emotional when these kids are not going to be on their bus the next year. There's a very big need of bus drivers, not only here in Stafford, but all over the country. It's a shortage, and the problem with the shortage of bus drivers is that we have to double the runs. Some runs run a little later, you know, getting to school in the morning. Sometimes they're, you know, running later in the afternoon. So we try to draw people, we try to do things like they've started allowing, you know, people to bring their kids on the board and everything. We try to adjust to their schedule if we can. We look for people that just can drive part-time, you know, like I did for a while. We get a lot now, we get a lot of retirees now. We draw them in, it's people that have retired from another job and they're looking for extra money or just something to do. So we try to appeal to them and work with them.
And like you say, this isn't just a Stafford problem. This is every community.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Yes.
Terry, talk about the training that you get.
Ed is actually the classroom trainer. So you get classroom training. We walk you through the process to get your learners, and then to get your behind the wheel skills, to get your CDL. We do training on all the buses, the different styles, some training on how to deal with the kids, inspecting your bus, how to do a route, and then you drive with the trainer with students for a couple days, and we make sure you know all of the things you need to run a route safely and be with the kids.
And how long does the training take?
Generally, it'll take classroom, depending. Right now, it's a little shorter as far as day-wise, but we have to have at least 48 total hours between the classroom and, you know, behind the wheel training. The state requires that. We also, you know, and that includes driving with students on the bus. And then once they're, you know, through that student time, they're let on their own. And that includes, like you said, with the classroom and going out and showing them on a bus, taking them out and letting them drive the buses, showing them how to pre-trip the buses, which is a state law that we have to do. You have to pre-trip the bus before each run, and then teach them, you know, how to deal with the kids and work with the kids and all. And then it also includes taking CPR and first aid that we train them.
There is a lot to being a bus driver.
There is a lot. There's a lot of you know, training and everything, and even afterwards we have to do retraining for first aid and CPR every couple of years. We have meetings twice a year that we do training and everything. That's mandatory by the state. You know, if you're interested, you know, you just come down to transportation or go online and fill the application out and get set up for the interview and all that.